Hey, I'm back. Good to see you. In fact, it's nice to see you nice. Now, I know it's been a while, but I'm back with another classic and personal favourite of mine. So, welcome back to the Luken Gallagher show. Yes, and I know it's been far too long since I've done a video. I've been busy, I've got plenty of excuses, but I know you don't care. So, let's get back into it. Today, we're going to be doing another copy breakdown where I take a classic ad and I break it down for you and only you, so you can see how it works, and I can provide you with some insight on the hows and whys of the author and their reasoning, so you can get a better understanding of how these great ads work. What ad I'm going to be looking at today is an absolute classic called The Man in the Hathaway Shirt. This fantastic piece comes from, and I know I'm probably going to butcher this, but please bear with me, David Ogilivy, who is known by this kick-ass title, the father of advertising. Now, if that doesn't tell you the quality of the man who wrote this, I don't know what will. Now, here's a great tidbit I found really fascinating. Do some research on David. That he was working with British intelligence. He made recommendations on matters of diplomacy and security with his extensive knowledge of human behaviourisms. Pretty much, he was using his great skills in marketing to serve his country during the Second World War. While he was also trained in sabotage and close combat. He was ultimately tasked with projects that included successfully ruining the reputations of businessmen who worked with the Nazis. I'm pretty sure that's the first ever recorded hashtag cancelled, am I right? I guess you could say they did not see that coming either. Interesting guy. Anyway, what I really like about this ad is the great use of imagery and making the text count. The Man in the Hathaway Shirt is more than this singular ad. In fact, there's a whole bunch of these, and they're all equally as good. You've got Ron Burgundy, you've got the father and son, you've got the Bond villain, the train conductor, the coach, the teacher, the suit wearer, and I don't know what the other one is. But today, I'm only going to be looking at two of these great ads. Firstly, I'll be looking at the ad that started it all. The image here is legendary. It grabs your curiosity right from that first glance. The sophisticated looking man dominates the image. That crisp white shirt and the eye patch. Now, that's not a thong. I can 100% promise you that is indeed an eye patch. What makes this work is a contrast generated by this little eye patch. It was also a last minute addition to the photo shoot. It was grabbed on the way by the photographer as a bit of a gag gift. He never intended to shoot the model with the eye patch initially, but halfway through the shoot he asked him to put it on, and the rest is pretty much history. Now, what this eye patch does with this contrast is creates a sense of what I like to call mysterious class, contrasting to the elegance of the shirt. It invites you to read. The headline brings life to the ad. The Man in the Hathaway Shirt. It tells us who this mysterious man is, and this allows us to identify the defining feature of this man, which is the Hathaway shirt. Not the eye patch, the Hathaway shirt. It has built us such intrigue and mystery. The image grabbed our attention and made us ask these questions. And then the headline simply told us who he was, and that is, again, the Man in the Hathaway Shirt. So we've been given so much information and so many answers out of two key items, the image and the headline. The author has the reader's full attention and has directed all that attention and curiosity towards the shirt without even getting to the body of the copy. With the opening sentence here, the author comes across like they've finally solved a long-standing issue. This is called establishing a belief. Making it sound like an announcement gives it great power, and this is pushed onto the reader, giving them a feeling that they have been informed of some great news, and it gets them thinking about their shirts on a level you probably never even considered before. I mean, how many times have you thought in depth about your shirt? Other than, does it smell clean and am I going to wear it? David adds a great piece here, hence the growing popularity. Capturing the reader's attention again and giving a feeling of social proof here too with that comment. The opening section does a great job at telling the reader the problem and solving it for them in such a short time. After that great opening, we get straight into the shirt itself, and David expands on the benefits to showcase to the reader just how much better these shirts are. The opening sentence let us know that these shirts are classy and of good quality. So the words he uses in this next section are chosen to really reflect that. We see him talk about the shirts that they wear infinitely longer and that they make the wearer look younger and more distinguished. And each time he talks about something, is it glued to a specific aspect of the Hathaway shirt. He now starts to talk about the specifics that make up the shirt, going into the detail about the parts. This shows the reader how much dedication and investment in the quality there is, naming the exotic locales and what the company takes from there. This tells us that the company has gone to great lengths to make this shirt good. The previous sentence told us how good it was. Now he's telling us why it is good. David does another amazing piece of establishment. You will get a great deal of quiet satisfaction out of wearing shirts which are in such impeccable taste. This comment really nails it. It's classy and distinguished, just like the shirts they are selling, but it also smartly handles any rising doubts that the reader may have had at this stage by telling them what they will feel. Basically, he's handling their objections here. Now the ad starts to wind down, talking about the company and building the credibility and craftsmanship, showing expertise by mentioning how long the company has been doing this. This is to help build authority. Then ending with the call to action on how to get hold of these great shirts. As you can see, there isn't much written in terms of how much there is here, but you can see just how precise and specific every single one of these words are. They're all crisp, clean, distinguished and classy, just like the shirts they are selling, and that's not a coincidence. Now, the next one we're looking at in the series follows the exact same format as before. You've got the image dominating the ad, an interesting headline and a small body of copy. One thing the first ad did terrifically well is set the campaign up. We know who this man is, and they don't have to waste time or space re-establishing who that is. The audience knows right from the start it is the man in the Hathaway shirt. It is instant recognition from a successful opening ad, establishing that brand right away. This is what companies want. It's really well done. The image has our favourite go-to pirated looking classy shirt wearing man, but the eye patch here is overlooked, and taking the focus in this image is the gun. Again, this is being used as a curiosity builder. This gets the audience asking themselves about the gun. What gun is that? Why does the man in the Hathaway shirt even have a gun? The gun is a $2,000 Purdy from England, while the subheading in brackets sits tucked away under the headline. The shirt, a Silex Sea Island cotton from Hathaway. It may not look like much at this stage, but what David has actually done is he's linked Hathaway to Purdy. He has built a connection between the quality of Hathaway and another long-standing, highly respected company known for their quality, Purdy, which is also a family business. And all of that just from the image and headline alone. This is because the target audience has most likely heard of Purdy and know of their reputation for quality and the cost of their products. Not that it's a bad thing. I've had a look through their website, doing a bit of research on them, and their craftsmanship and work is just amazing. If I had about $43,000 to spare, I'd be out buying some of their products. I mean, and that's probably on the cheaper side of some of the stuff they do. It's just absolute pure quality here. So again we have this establishment setting the scene again, reinforcing the quality of the shirt all before we even got to the body of the text. The opening sentence just gets right into it, carrying on where it left off in the opening ad, talking about what makes it stand out, and the name alone, Sea Island Cotton, grabs attention too. David cleverly describes the feeling here with this comment. It is described in the advertisements as soft as swan's down, lustrous as satin, absorbent as wool, and durable as linen. So what makes this so good? The copy body here is in such a small area. The wording is important. What he has done is just shorten this and pushed it all in, and does give it a little social proof feeling by saying it is described as. Again, we set the scene of how much investment in quality this company has to their shirts, mentioning another exotic location a material comes from. He starts talking about the yarn, where he specifically mentions a company that again have a long-standing business, known for their quality, and mentions them by name. Thomas Oliver and Sons, then the Ashton brothers, who were two of the finest and oldest mills in England. Again, this shows the dedication to the craft that Hathaway has. These are two family connection companies just like Hathaway, and there is no coincidence there. The ad starts to close off with another amazing great comment. After all the talk about quality, the author slips this in. Notice the extraordinary sheen. You can almost feel its downy softness. And boom, you're back looking at that shirt and thinking how soft it is. And you're thinking, yeah, I can feel how soft that is. Finishing up with the pricing and where you can find these great shirts. Overall, the ad does so much with so little. The first ad really sets the scene and solidifies the brand, while the second ad we looked at reinforces and expands on what we know. I just love the imagery here too. It's easily identifiable, and the headlines work perfectly in unison to answer the questions that the images generate. The ad was changed up a few times over the years with a more relevant for the era model, and they even got a mention in a Saturday Night Live skit where someone was playing the man in the Hathaway shirt. Now, Hathaway no longer exists, and I've been trying to track down the exact numbers to see how successful this ad was, but most reports tell me it simply turned the company's fortunes around. So while not overly helpful, it gives us a bit of an insight as to how impactful this ad was. Well, only until 2002 when they closed. But it was voted the 22nd greatest ad campaign of the last century. So it just shows you how good it was. And I guess we'll leave it there for today. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know your favourite part of this outstanding ad campaign below. As always, like every great piece of marketing, your call to action is to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I can keep bringing you some of these classic copy breakdowns and some other crazy ideas I've got lined up for you. And I'll see you all next time on my show. But before I go, I've got a good one for you. And it's taken me a few goes to record without laughing. What do corn cobs call their fathers? Popcorn. Right. I'm out of here. Have a good night. Have a good day, everyone. See you later.